Good morning, Dalsonies. Welcome to the 636 Club. Rise and shine. It is farming time. And it is an amazing Tuesday morning. Welcome to it. Thank you to all those who've joined us already. Lisa is first on Facebook. Gail, not far behind, as is Deborah and Anne. And on YouTube this morning, if I can find the comments, they were there. There we are. Oh, loads of views on YouTube already. Laurie's first on. Shelley Lee Marie. I'll say that again. Shelley Lee Marinal. Hope I said that right, Shelley. It's a cool, rocking cool name. Ruth Johnson, good morning. Really dark and wet up in Kintyre. I can imagine. Look, there's your view down the valley. And we have got another. Now, this is not a complaint. This is just a public service information thingamy. All right? What's the best way to describe that? We have got another weather warning, a yellow weather warning in place for wind and rain. It's going to be a kind of wet, blowy one. Isn't it, Simone? Yes, it is. Yeah, another one. So, Sunday, it rained all day from 9 o'clock in the morning, basically to 9 o'clock at night, torrential. And then yesterday was fairish. It was okay. We had a busy day yesterday at Dulscone. It was a bank holiday weekend, well, an English bank holiday weekend, which meant we had lots of visitors here, which was amazing considering the weather was not 100%. But thank you for everybody who came out and joined us, and it was lovely to meet and chat with you all. And then, of course, a good day yesterday. It means we have got a bad day coming up today, but it's mild, very warm. We have some of those nice soft breezes. I'm going to try and describe this in a beautiful way. Some of those lovely, soft, mild, warm breezes coming in from the Caribbean. Does that make it feel any better? Jane says, morning Pete from Meltham in, let's go on Jane, where's it went? In West Yorkshire. It's overcast but fine so far. You know, it's not as wet as I was expecting it to be this morning, but it's a coming. It is a coming. Abby is out here, and we've got Miracle and Birdie out. As my handle just collapsed. Simone was out this morning already for some reason. Don't know how she's managed that herself. But if you caught Farmer Ben's very entertaining stream yesterday afternoon, this is his new invention here. The wind isn't distorting the microphones too much. I don't think we'll be able to go outside this morning because it's just too windy. If you didn't catch it, I'll explain. All right, so he's borrowed this idea from somebody else. What is it? Imitation's the best form of flattery. So a little rack in the middle made out of some pallets, and then a little trip down to the river banking to borrow some twigs off a willow tree, because the goats very much like a little bit of willow. And then rather than them lying on the ground, which there is quite a few here on the ground, as you may see, they position them in the pallet rack, and it presents their food better. Look how they love to stretch, they love to reach to the highest bit, and they love some willow, or the leaves of the willow, and they'll even strip the bark off it. Look at the way I'll zoom you in a wee bit. Look at the way they strip the bark off that. It just keeps them entertained, and there's obviously something in there that they need or they enjoy. So once they get them stripped off to the very, I'm going to say bark. What's the bit in the middle called? stem, we can replace them again. And it shouldn't be as hard to gather them all up, although there is some on the ground here. Now, what I did hear Farmer Ben saying was he's planning to get a rack in here for the mall. That's going to be quite a lot. Connor's going to be down there cutting willow full time in the next few days. But they're all nice and relaxed. We didn't put a lot of them out last night because of the impending weather forecast. We have got, in our kind of special pen here, Gloria is in with Spudman and with Annie because she's just getting bullied a little bit over in with where she was with Mum and her brother, and she wasn't doing so well, so we've had to put her into the special pen with the wee ones to get her a little bit more food and a little bit more attention. Fanta still on the naughty step. I think she'd probably just have to remain there for the rest of her days on some kind of naughty step. I'm not saying she's going to be on her own forever, but she's very much being what Fanta is. And here's our beautiful Winnie now, and our fabulous four. Thank you to everyone. Look at those in still having a feed off her. That Romeo there. I mean, he's nearly the size of her. He doesn't need a feed. Ideally, they should be weaned, but it's just can't bring myself to. Now, as you all know, we lost our lovely Spot last Tuesday, and thank you everybody for all your lovely messages and cards and words of encouragement. You know how much we loved them, and you all did too. And after last Tuesday's events, it hurts so much sometimes. You just think, why do we? And because it hurt us so much, I know it hurt you as well. Sometimes I was thinking, why do we do this and introduce you to all these and then have to put you through so much pain as well? But we've dusted ourselves off. We've give ourselves a shake. We're back, and thank you everybody for all your, as I say, wonderful thoughts and prayers and just for all your blessings. But we are back. We'll remember the beautiful Spot for what he was, and we'll remember the fabulous Winnie, and still enjoying our wonderful babies. Look at that. It is still a beautiful thing. Deborah says Winnie's babies don't want to give up nursing little stinkers. Well said. I like it. Well said. Anyway, how are all yous? I hope you're well. We haven't been on for 6:36 or the drive home and the supporters for a week now. So we've missed you all, and it's great to be back. And we're just going to spend the morning in here because it's way too... First off, I thought it was going to be too wet outside, but it's not just yet. But it is rather windy, and it's just going to make our microphones go all kind of whistly. What does it? What does the wind make them do? Just makes that horrible sound, doesn't it? Our devotions this morning, as we start our Tuesday morning, are taken from Hebrews 12, verses 1 to 3. And again borrowed from my daily readings from our Duck Dynasty devotions. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up. And let us run with endurance the race of God has set before us. We do this by keeping our eyes on Jesus, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross, disregarding its shame. Now he is seated in the place of honour beside God's throne. Think of all the hostility he endured from the sinful people. Then you won't become weary and you won't give up. Think about what Jesus has done for us, the sacrifice he made, and it will encourage us when you're feeling low, when you're feeling doubtful. Think about what he went through, what he's done for us, and the gift he has given us, and you won't give up. Keep going. And amen. May the Lord bless the wonderful reading of his word this morning. 636 rules apply. Don't forget them. Number 1, you have to let us know where you are and what's your weather like. I hope I've explained what our weather is like here. And a bit dodgy and warm, all right? So you have to let me know where you are in your beautiful part of the world. And we want to know what your amazing weather is like. For those of you who live in sunnier climates, you are going to think that we live in some kind of obscure, kind of weird universe here where it doesn't stop raining. Well, kind of feel like that ourselves just now. And many people, this is not a complaint, this is just an observation. Many people have been talking now that this is probably the worst summer that we have experienced in, well, certainly I think maybe in my lifetime, due to, I mean, we are all, praise God, fit and healthy here at Dulscone, and we're so blessed. But it's just an observation that it's not a complaint. Weather-wise, it's probably been the worst weather-wise for the summer. Very little sunshine. But what we have had, we have enjoyed. But it's a very difficult time for farmers at the minute. Harvest is very much upon us. Barley, wheat, etc. And they could do with some dry, bright sunshine to get the barley and wheat and oats dried before they harvest it. But they also need, look at Squint Mouth and Scary Mary over there. Now that, everybody, that's a very beautiful thing. Those pair have paired up and are the best of pals. And they'll probably not be able to go back into the main herd because they never had, both of them never had pals before. Very much loners. But they're just, can we call them the odd couple? They've just paired up and I never see them fighting, which is great. I think they've both got respect for each other and it's just beautiful. Did you see the pictures that Seaside posted of when Scary Mary was out for our photo shoot? Check them out further down the Facebook feed. Some cracking pictures of Scary Mary. Sorry, I got distracted there when I seen her. What were we saying? We're talking about the weather. Yes, weather-wise. Do you remember, is anybody else? Hang on, Wendy says, I worked at Butlins in Ayr in 1986 and honestly it rained most days. Well, excuse me. Wendy, I can, yes, I can empathise. Is that the word? Now, if you've time for a little story, all right, and sorry, Trisha's Toys is going to be rolling her eyes just now. You see down there, see down yonder, see the middle long field where the bales are at the far end. Can you see that? All right. Now, for some of you, this is going to be really boring, but I'm going to tell you anyhow. Right, that's the middle long field where the bales are. I've zoomed in. Now, the field to the right of that, the one that we ploughed and reseeded this year, with all that lovely lush grass on it. All right. Now that field in 1986, I'm sure it was 1986. In 1985, apparently, it was a dry year. Either that or 1984. All right, round about then. But that right-hand long field that we reseeded that year, my dad, Jimbo, we put that into barley. It was just 3 years after we had moved, 3 or 4 years after we'd moved here from Ireland. We sowed barley in that. And at that time, we had our own combine, a little Claas 10-foot cut. And the tank on it, when you're harvesting your grain, the combine cuts it and then it stores it in a tank in the combine until the trailer comes alongside and then you empty the grain into the trailer. The tank in our combine held just over a ton of grain. And that year we had barley in that. The first year, 84, 85, when we went in to cut that, I used to do the combine, went in to cut it, and the first time round the field, the outside row, that is always, you always get the least off that bit. But when we went in to cut it, we went round about it, and we couldn't get right the way round the field. We couldn't do one lap before the tank was completely full. We had over a ton of grain off the less than one lap in that field. That's wrong, Simone. We'll put you back in now in a wee second. Just wait. I think Mum's... Can't be Mum. There is somebody. Is that Simone, or is that another one? I'm sure that's Simone. Anyway, the next year, I take it was 1986. It was total, because it was a very dry year that year. That's what I'm trying to say. Lots of sunshine and heat, and it suited that field down there. The next year was very much a year like we've had this year. It didn't stop raining, and we struggled to even get the barley harvested off the field that year. We were down there, and on one occasion, we had a bit of the field cut, and it rained, so we left the combine down there because we couldn't cut any more. And we had to go down and rescue the combine because the field was starting to flood. It was that bad. We had to bring it back up and wait for the to stop raining and the water to go down before we could go and harvest any more. And we probably struggled to fill the tank on the combine over the whole field that year. It was a complete disaster. And it didn't stop raining even September. I remember we were still trying to harvest it way into October. It was, it wasn't the most pleasant of experiences. But anyway, sorry about that. I just remembered. Amy says it's near the... Thank you, Amy. This is fascinating. It's still the end of winter. Oh, I've lost it, Amy. Here we are. Here in New Zealand, and we have lambs. So they're just coming to the end of winter. As we come into autumn, New Zealand is coming to the end of winter, into spring. Crazy, isn't it? And the lambs are starting to pop out. You're heading into lambing time, which is... We could do with a Dalscone in the southern hemisphere. And then, once we get to autumn here, we just whip over there. Does that sound like an idea? And we could do the spring and summer over there, and then back over here, spring, summer. And it wouldn't need to endure the autumn and winter. But we do love autumn, and we love winter as well. So it's just a thought, all right? Just saying, just a thought. Just having a wee read at your comments. That I'm still here. Rosalind said that'd be a fantastic idea. It would be rockin' cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. Dalscone Southern Hemisphere edition. That'd be quite something. So yes, then we just covered rule number 1, where you are and what's your weather like. Number 2, of course, is what happens in the 636 Club. Stays here. Very much to your agreement, Fiona? Yeah? What do you think? She says, I don't care, just feed me. Now, isn't she doing well? Where this Friday afternoon weigh-in is becoming somewhat of a very exciting event, and a must go to. And lots of any visitors that are here on Fridays are getting quieter because our schools are back in Dumfries and Galloway. Of course, I know England and a lot of you are still off school. But Friday just passed. There's a lot of Dalscones held back till 4:30 to see Fiona's weigh-in live. So if you want to see that, come see us on Friday, which will be... Now, am I saying this right? Is this Friday the last Friday of the English school holidays? Is everybody back to school next week? I could be wrong, but let us know. I think it may well be, because Sunday is September. Indeed, I love September. And the other good positive, wonderful news that we're all going to want to hear is when we get to the end of this week, it looks like on Farmer Pete's precipitation predictor, the weather forecast otherwise, it looks like we're coming into a bit of an Indian summer next week. So that would be amazing if we had a nice, warm, dry week to finish off before we take our little break in the middle of September. Remember, if you don't know, Dalscon closes down for 2 weeks, almost 2, in the middle of September. From the 8th, I think Sunday the 8th of September, and we reopen on Sunday the 21st of September. Everybody gets a break. Well, everybody bar some people who'll still be here looking after things. Farmer Joe and Farmer Ben will still be here looking after things, and Adam, and who else will still be here? I would imagine Seaside won't be far away because he's got another special event coming up in October. So yeah, everything needs to be looked after. And a lot of people say, why do you close for 2 weeks? Well, the simple reason is, after everybody goes back to school after the first week in September, so all England's back, all Wales is back. Look at Ross, he's been having a good feed. He's got rather a milk mouth nose. Hey Autumn, how you doing, darling? Just having a look at Ross. Hang on, we'll zoom back in. How you doing? You've got a wee something on your eye that doesn't look very attractive. If you see any male cows coming a-calling, you're going to need to sort that. You're going to need to sort that, darling, because it's not pretty. Okay? Just saying, Just saying, because, yeah, might need to sort that. Check the milk mouth slevers. Slevers, that's what we call them in Scotland. Hang on, Autumn. You need to put your head this way so we can have, there, see on her back, just on the back of her head. All due to you, Ross. Thank you very much, yeah. Isn't he getting a big boy with a very small head? What was I saying? Why did we close? Yes. Everybody goes back to school. And traditionally, after that, it can be a bit of a quiet time, a lull time after it being so busy. So we all need a break, a little, just a wee, a little stopgap break. And also, when we have got any small to medium-sized business out there will know that when you employ, excuse me, a certain amount of team members and everybody has to get their allotted time off, or that it's so difficult getting everybody their set amount of days, because if they're off, you have to get somebody else in to cover while they're on annual leave. That's what I'm trying to say. So it ends up, it costs us twice as much because we have to get somebody in to cover their time. So it means everybody gets their holidays at the same time. We don't need to cover their shifts with somebody else. And it lets us reset in time to get... Yeah, did I insult you there? But sorry, Autumn. So that, yeah, just gives everybody a little break. It's you guys a break as well. So, it's always nice to come back when we're fresh and when the park's fresh. And we get a lot of maintenance done after a busy summer. We've got Paul, our indoor play area feature, the soft play area as we call it. It gets a lot of wear and it needs constant maintenance. So we've got Paul Dyson coming up for a week, and he's going to get all the nets tightened and any mats that are worn or any foam that needs replaced all sorted. And that's very difficult to do when you're not closed. Near impossible. So it's good to get all that done. So there you are. That's why we're taking a little break, and we all can get refreshed. So we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to September. Looking forward to seeing you all. We're looking forward to getting opened back up again, because it's September can be a beautiful, wonderful, just a nice month, especially if the weather is just that, that lovely kind of autumnal weather. You can't beat it, can you? Right, we are, let me see. I'm just reading comments here. It's all right. Laurie says, yes, we love you, Farmer Pete. Thank you, Laurie. We love you too. You all deserve a break. Well, thank you. It's not just us. Everybody enjoys a break, Everybody, no matter what you do, everybody deserves their time off. Mary Ellen says, tissues for Autumn's eye. Yeah, I guess it's going to be something she needs to do herself. Yes, Autumn? Yeah. Could we get it with a little bit? I don't think you're going to want me to get it, are you? No, you're not. No. So, who else are we needing to address? These. Oh, you needn't get up and run away now, girls. Still, I'm saying girls. I've no idea the girls are boys. As you've seen when we're having a look at Fiona here, we still got the two mystery visitors here who very much settled in to life here at Dulscone, and we're still no further forward with where or who. We know when they came, but who or where they came from. Yeah, they're on Fiona's. Yeah, she kind of. I don't know if she likes them or not. She tolerates them, I guess. Birdie, what do you think? What do you think of the two new girls? Why am I saying girls? But they look like girls, don't they? No idea. Has anybody found out are the girls or boys yet? No idea. But we'll just want to say girls for some reason. Sharon says, hi, Farmer Pete, from a lovely springing day in Sydney, Australia. Sounds beautiful. Sounds lovely. Thank you for letting us know. Artemis is saying, a boy and a girl, Pete. Thank you, Artemis. I didn't know. I take it Farmer Ben has investigated. And also very excited for our new ones, our new purchases. I take it everybody's seen what is coming. We've got our new sheep that Farmer Ben bought at the auction on Sunday night. Well, he did tell you last night, but in case you didn't see his stream last night, right, we'll just whip back to Sunday night quickly. There was an online auction on Sunday afternoon through a local auction mart, and you may or may not have seen the video that went viral back in the springtime of the lady up in Peebles in the Scottish borders, when two lambs got washed or somehow managed to get up a storm drain that was in full flood back in the springtime. Two young Scotch mule lambs, and she had to crawl up the storm drain, great big pipe, and crawl through and rescue these two lambs. And I take it was her husband, I think his name's Gary, or her better half, or sorry, take it back, her other half, that videoed it and put it online, and it went viral. Well, anyway, one of those lambs went up for auction to raise money for the RSABI, which is the Scottish Farmers Mental Health Association or charity, on Sunday afternoon. So Cameron Wilson, let Farmer Ben know, thank you Cammy, that this was taking place, and in a long story short, Ben has bought said lamb that was up for sale. It's a female, and raised a lot of money for RSABI, and you guys jumped on board as well and helped raise it even more, which was amazing. So the owner of the sheep that we have bought phoned yesterday and said to Ben, we still have, by the way, I think we're calling the sheep Marion, because that's the lady who crawled up the storm pipe to rescue the lambs. So Marion will refer to the sheep as. Gary and Marion, yes, that's our other half. Phoned yesterday to say we still have our brother. Would you like him? Now, Gary is going to set up, and we said yes, of course we would, because it'd be great to keep them together. He's going to set up a GoFundMe, not on our side, on his side. And if anybody wants to donate to that GoFundMe to raise even more money for our RSB ABI, you're very welcome to. And our brother will come here to Delscone, so we will have Marion the sheep, and I guess the brother, we're going to have to call him Gary. You reckon? I suppose. So that's the story in the long and short. So there you are. Another a wonderful video and two more very special sheep. I wonder what Fiona will think of them. I wonder. Does anybody ask her? So yeah, excited for, we've still another 6:36 to go before Friday when Fiona gets weighed up. So yeah, if you're here on Friday, 4:30 for Fiona's weigh-in, she's heading the right direction. She's looking very comfortable as well. So that's your Tuesday morning kind of roundup. I think we've covered everybody. Let's just have a wee looky about. Somebody having a lovely stretch there, look. They don't ask me who that is, because I do not know. I'm sure Seaside has in his fascinating brain. Where's Polo? I seen Polo this morning. I'm sure she was standing up somewhere. A lot of one or two of you has asked me in the past week or so, have we still got Hope and Haggis? Well, there's Farmer Hope there, right there, and here is Haggis over here. There she is there, that brown one there. Now, you know Farmer Pete gets them mixed up, but always remember Haggis is the hairy one. So this is the hairy one. And for those of you who don't know, Farmer Hope over there, that's Miracle's mum, who is down here. Two very special goats in the Delscone farm. These look very comfortable out here, where they shouldn't be. Abby here, this is Abby, who's Sweetheart's mum. She's decided that she wants to live out here. She's been out for a few days. Miracle, Birdie, Marvel. Sorry, did I call Miracle Marvel? Don't get your Marvels and your Miracles mixed up. This is Marvel. Now, we have, after last Tuesday's events with Spot, we have, now look at her over there. I know they need weaned and what we were talking about earlier, but just look, isn't that beautiful? So nobody has had their bottles last Tuesday for the last time. There's no more milk. We have stopped making up milk. So no more secret 2 o'clock lamb feeding for Miracle. For Marvel, come on Pete. But 2 o'clock, we still get all your favourites out. Marvel will be out. Birdie will be out. Miracle. Simone, we used to bring her out, but somehow she didn't stay up the front, and she used to take off out everybody. So afternoons, 2 o'clock-ish, we try and be here for 2 o'clock. We'll bring all your favourites out, and you come up the front, just down here, where we used to do our lamb feeding, and you can say hello to your favourite goats. And we've just started to bring Birdie out, and she very much enjoys it, because most of you bring a little tub of these with you, a little tub of cake that you can get over at the vending machine over there, and Birdie very much enjoys that. Abby, she morphed her way through yesterday, enjoyed a little visit from you all as well, so yeah, that takes place instead of the milk. We've finally no more bottles to make up until at least next year. Don't let Fiona see that. No. No, she's yeah. Just keep her well away from any temptation. Dennis, yeah, Dennis is joining in. He, by 2 o'clock in the afternoons, he's generally fit to burst because he's been out and about seeing everybody in America. Hey, Dennis. Yeah, he doesn't like this. Sometimes he'll just be in the pen with his pals, and other times, most of the time, he's just out wandering about. And new visitors to Dalscone that don't know what goes on social media get very alarmed when they see a goat out walking about. That rhymed, didn't it? It did. A goat out walking about. A goat out walking about. We could get a rap going here, but I better not. Gina was also out for a wonderful photo shoot the other day. I seen a very majestic photo of her out in the field. We're getting prepared for, am I allowed to say this? I reckon, because I've seen them sitting in the office. Anyway, we're getting, okay, didn't come from me. 636, rule number 2. What happens, it's said here, stays here. We're getting ready for the new adoption packs. And this lady here is in one of them. And I've seen the promo for it, right? If they didn't want me to see it, they shouldn't have put it on the office desk. Also, Scary Mary and Squintmouth are involved, and that's why the rock and cool pictures of Scary Mary were taken. But again, it's just between us, all right? Okay, doesn't go any further. I'll ask who else is out at 2 o'clock. Zarette, here she is, standing there. Yes, darling. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Just wait a wee second. We'll do this in secret, because next thing they're all going to be here. Now, Zarette did love a bot. She loved a bot in the afternoon, but sadly that's had to come to an end. So we just get her out at 2 o'clock. She can have a little bit of cake and a little bit of attention. Wonky, how are you doing, darling? Yeah, now they've all caught on to the idea. There you go. There you go, Wonkster. She says, why? Ooh, what's this? No, she's not taking it because everybody's involved. Oh, come on, Fanta, then. Is there something wrong? Come on. Stop being so fussy. Right, Winnie, you can have it then. You're not fussy, are you? No, you're not. Good girl. Oh, wow. Yes. And the only way I can get her out in the afternoons is to lift her out, obviously. So she morphs her way up onto this water trough here, gets her front legs up here, her back legs onto that water trough, and she knows she doesn't get lifted out until she gets on there. She's quite the girl. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this morning's 636 Club. It has been a pleasure. Thank you to have everybody back on board. We look forward to seeing you over the next week, or when have we got? So we've got this week and all of next week before we close for a break, the 8th of September through to the 21st of September. And we will be back on Friday morning for the 636 Club. Look forward to seeing you all there, God willing. Lots of exciting things happening. The journey up to get the new lambs this week. I don't know when that's happening, but Ben will keep you up to speed with that. And yeah, it's miracles having a wee bit of this willow bush. Weather today, if you're wearing your hat, make sure you put your elastic underneath your chin, or else it's going to be off. All right, it's quite windy, but hang on tight. The weather is going to get better at the end of the week. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me on this morning 636. So from Farmer Pete and Trisha's Toys, I'm off to see her and get some coffee. God bless. Ta-da.